Hello, welcome back. I thought this evening I would vlog because I haven't done that in a while, and I have a few new items that I thought I might share with you. Many of you might know some of these things, and if you do, just fast forward a little bit, but I thought that I might share some new toys before I put them away and let them become part of the studio. I had always been, since I started doing my art, I had always been using this Dollar Tree pad of children's paper that I use as my cleanup papers and my dividers and my end papers and my edge papers, well, you know. And they have always worked a treat, and while trolling around in a different dollar store, which I really feel was bigger, I don't know whether it was or not, but I needed some of the old standby, so I found a pad of those, which are always available, and got that. But I found these, not along with those papers, but in the area, but on the other side. No rhyme or reason as to where I found them, but I found these sheets, and aren't they nice? These, I hope you're able to tell, if you can see that little bit of light shining on them. These are shiny pieces of paper. They are not that heavy weight. They are certainly for children, and they call them finger paint paper. There we are. But they certainly come in handy for backgrounds for my worktop, and for the same reasons that I have those other sheets that I use. I want you to know that I was quite tickled to find them, didn't expect to find them, and they are just so nice and pleasant to look at and work with. So, a new discovery for working in journals. Next on my list of shares is a find while I was mall diving, a floral decorator book, and here again the price was right, and that's what it's all about actually. But I did enjoy seeing this and even this black shiny paper, but as I went through I found this just delightful. Berries and roses, leaves. Oh. So, this book is an oldie. It's from 1993, and by today's standards, that is an oldie. But look at this one. Won't this double spread be fun for next fall? Oh my. Needless to say, since the price was right, I indulged myself immediately, but now I'm in a quandary because on the back of this big, beautiful puppy, look what is over here. Isn't this just a wonderful composition of color? Some roses, some stems, some, I don't know what they're trying to make those out to be. They almost look like hydrangeas, but that would not, well, I guess it might be at the same season. But I think this, since it is a floral design book, this is all put together so that one can enjoy the colors of the fruit and flowers and more of the berries. But all in all, just a delightful piece of collage fodder. Look at this one. Isn't this attractive? And look at these greens. Aren't they just something? So, do please not neglect hitting antique malls wherever you might find them, because goodies like this can be found sometimes in the $3 to $5, and for an original book way back in 1993, this book was $35. So, there are many small and lovely bits for collage. Look at this, isn't this something? So you can see why, oh my, the collage lover in me just absolutely twitched when I saw these. It just goes on and on. Please, please don't forget to look for magazines and books in antique malls, because sometimes, even if it's only every third visit, you find goodies like this. Such potential for working even reverse collage. So, have fun. Find some like this, because they're out there. And yesterday, my husband and I were on duty finding things that we needed and going from here to there, and I happened to see a Staples. Now, in Jacksonville, there are plenty of Office Depots and Office Max. I prefer Office Max, but there are not as many Staples stores, and so you have to, and Jacksonville being the largest city in the United States land area-wise, in other words, to go from my home to the water at the beach, you're talking 40 miles. So, Staples, and I was beelining right in, and I found these goodies. Well, I had never seen so many delicious options, but look at these book rings, and the colors just popped right out at me. Let's see if I can get this open. Yes. We have blue, teal, magenta, green. Oh my. So, those were my first find. I absolutely had to have those. Aren't they something? And I never had any idea that they had large paper clips in so many colors and clips, and it was just great fun. One would almost think that I lived in the hills and had never seen these things before. I also found this because my Prismas, I hate to put them in an electric pencil sharpener, because I know very well that it is not a good place for them, but I had never found a sharpener made specifically for them, and there it was, with two different sizes, for ending up with two different types of points. Let me pull this way in so that you can see. The real sharp point. This is the type I prefer, but I've noticed the people that work with these use this also. But here, under here, are two possibilities, and that immediately went into my basket. This is something that I was particularly tickled by, because you can see when it's getting filled, and that's a good thing, at least for Carol. Now, and then thank the world for my luck on this. They had 2 racks of these. One rack said reduced to $8, and the exact same ones were hanging next to it on the rack that said reduced to $5. And at 8, that's still only $1 a piece. But I asked the girl, I said, why? She said, oh, we must have made a mistake. I said, but I'm going to take them at $5, and you know, and I know that that price is up there, so these are $5. And she said, oh yes, they are. But look at the word that I saw that absolutely tickled me. Maybe, there again, I'm oblivious, but I did not know that my sweet love, oh, I love these Uniball Signos more than I can say, and these were permanent. So, this went into my pile of goodies. Let's see. About these. Let's see, this purple should show up nicely. Does it have the little tip on it? No. And they're nice and fine. Oh my. Aren't they nice and fine? All right, let's see what happens. Oh, nice, nice, nice size. And now, let's do a very basic test. It's moving just a little bit, but I do believe it's not dry enough. So, I'm going to do this down here, and I'm going to give it a chance to dry. And let's see exactly what that said. Did that say permanent or waterproof? Includes ultra micro tip size. This hopefully will be a joy to use, but what is particularly makes me happy is this ultra fine tip. There we are. My splurge of the day was this Staedtler double-ended watercolor brush markers. I do not have any that are specifically watercolor, so let's have a look at these. And here, brush coming up. Let me see if I do it and immediately work on them. Well, not too much motion, but I do love the colors. And nothing ventured, nothing gained. But I do see them working quite well. I think they're going to have very As you can see, I've been trying to learn some. Now that should be, since it's up, it's light, and down, whoops, down, and up, and down. And I never know what to do with over, so we'll just do that. Yes, these are going to be very nice. This dollar store paper is doing its best. Let's see if we get a little bit better. Now, oh yes, I can see that the pens need to dry. And then yes, that's just wet, not any bleeding. So, thumbs up. I did not think that Uniball Signo would not do what it says it was going to do. So, these were my toy additions for yesterday. And a nice collection of colors. And this was part of my Christmas present collection. A collection of flowers, 72 pages, top bound, detachable sheets, easy to display, etc. Images are printed on high quality paper, suitable for pencils, markers, and watercolors, and $10. And the gray, they are printed in gray, which I do so like. Let me pull this in much, much, much tighter. My goodness, there's even space between some of those lines. Look at that. Isn't that something? So many, many, many of these are going to be colored and maybe cut out and used as collage. And a lot of these I will be sharing because I have a plan to send out 5 at Random Acts of Kindness gifts, and I thought these would be just lovely to include in these envelopes. Well, look what I see. My, isn't this a tickle? And isn't that pretty? And that would be so easy to fussy cut, wouldn't it? And this one. So, I guess I was a very good girl because no coal in the stocking. But this little puppy. And last but not least, this Matthew Williamson fashion, print, and coloring book. Well, coloring book and collage and prints, had to have it. And since it was a Christmas present, I did not feel terribly guilty. This was $25, but very large size, and look what is in this one. Theme of dragonflies. There's the concept of the fashion. A page that would work wonders for collage. Maybe reverse collage. And the coloring page. and so on for all a blank sheet matched with the colorways of these butterflies. Isn't that just an exquisite page? A print of the butterfly concept. In other words, flower, butterfly wings turned into flowers. And here we go. This is this fabric on her dress. And here, pineapple. Is this not just beyond the beyond? Goodness, nice. Those skinny legs remind me of me way back. Way back. Here's our parrots. Fabric. A leopard. Now how we got, we got to leopard and peacock feather. Well, why not? Flamingo. Isn't this a delightful flamingo page? And the fabric over here, and the little bit of watercolor outside of the page. And this goes on, and English garden. Well. Now that rings my chimes. Here, the dress, the fabric in the dress, and the color book page, and different sorts of fabrics and designs with the black background. This black background concept just absolutely tickles me. So, woodland picnic, sunbird. Isn't that a beautiful bird? And wouldn't it be just gorgeous in collage? Now, orchid and butterfly. The fabric, orchid and butterfly, patchwork. That patchwork design, that fabric, reminds me of the 60s. Peacock hearts. Oh my goodness, that background is all flowers hanging on a trellis. So, as you can see, my heart did flutter. I do hope that you have enjoyed this few minutes of shares. And isn't she pretty? And that profile is so lovely. What a lovely idea for putting all of this in instead of hair. So, here we have some fun time adding to my trove of goodies. I'm saving this for a little bit because it's special, and I've always been the kind of little girl that was able to save things and kind of indulge myself in dreams and thoughts about it and know that it was waiting for me. Probably, as my husband would say, because I was an only child and I didn't have anyone else who might be at it or touching it or so forth. But one's personality doesn't change that much. This is going to be more fun than I can stand. If you have enjoyed my share, please give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, share with a friend, and I would appreciate it so much if you would subscribe to my channel. If there is anyone who might be interested in the ISBN number, just make a request in the comments and I will certainly share. Bye now.